Morning everybody, welcome to the video. Enjoying another beautiful day here in South Dakota. Got breakfast working. Well, we're gonna head back to the dealer over in the vendor area where Kurt had his fairing done yesterday. They didn't tighten down his speedo, so I don't know if you can see that. A little loose, so we're gonna go get that fixed up and then do some riding today. Not gonna say just yet where we're going because we're playing it by ear today. Maybe Devil's Tower, maybe not. So stay tuned, check it out, see where we head today, and we'll see you guys on the road. We're finally on our way today. We are low on gas, so that's going to be our first stop. Also, I'm going to start recording our daily rides using the Harley app, and I will share that at the end of the day when I end the ride. I will also share and upload it to our Facebook page, Baggers Life at Facebook. Check us out there, and soon to come our web page. So like I said earlier, off to the Harley dealer, get Kurt's gauges fixed, tighten back up. They forgot to tighten up his speedo. It's really loose when they did his inner fairing. And when we hit the road, I will let you know where we end up going, because as of right now, we don't know. So as we leave the Glencoe station, make a right, we are on, let's see, South Dakota Highway, I want to say it's 34. Yep, South Dakota Highway 34. For those of you curious, heading into Sturgis from the campground. Now, if you're headed the other way, the next light past the Glencoe station, you can't miss it. It's the Buffalo Chip. If you turn left at that light, that's where you're going to find the Full Throttle and I believe another campground. We have not had a chance to go out that way yet, but we'll get there. And then to get to the dealer, we're going to turn left at Junction. Can't miss that. That's where the Iron Horse Saloon is. And then we'll take that to, I believe it's 90 East, but I'll double check that when we get there. And about 26 miles down the road is Rapid City and Black Hills Harley Davidson, where we are headed right now. Like I said earlier in the week, they were setting up carnival rides. You could probably see the Ferris wheel down the street. To the right, see the Broken Spoke Saloon. They have not opened that yet. And right here on the corner is the Iron Horse Bikini Bike Wash. And this is Junction, so this is where you're going to turn left to get to the freeway. So this is Main Street. They'll eventually close Main Street down, and then this is where you're going to see all of the bikes parked. We'll get a good shot of that for you later on. Yeah, sorry, Sturgis Harley. Dirty Dogs, another place we got to check out. So one thing that I've heard, and I believe it, especially once opening day gets here, is you strictly want to adhere to the traffic laws here. You know, don't give anybody a reason to pull you over. Always go the posted speed limit, etc. Come to a full stop, because they will really be cracking down. Haven't seen a lot of police as of yet, but I'm going to assume the more bikers roll in, the more police presence you're going to see. You definitely don't want to end your rally in jail for doing something dumb. And another thing Rodney was telling me, the owner of Scully, is that you're going to see approximately 30% less vendors this year, and that is due to all the big rallies being shut down. And when that happens and you rely on these events for your livelihood, and they're no longer, if you don't have that online presence where you're selling your products online, then you end up like, unfortunately, a lot of other small businesses, you end up going out of business. So that is one of the key factors for seeing less vendors out here. They just didn't have the wherewithal to make it through all the rally shutdowns, or like Arizona Bike Week. I know they moved it from April to October, and that's if they're still going to have it. The next rally we plan on going to is going to be our annual Street Vibrations, because it's really the only decent motorcycle event in and or around California. We've been to Vegas Bike Week for the first time last year, and quite frankly I was disappointed. I thought, it's Las Vegas, there's going to be a ton of bikes there, and they have it down right off of Fremont Street at the convention center. That's where all the vendors are. Harley had one vendor, and that was Bug Slide. So you figure a city like Las Vegas would promote something like that and have it just be a huge event, but it doesn't appear that it's grown at all, which is, I mean, to me is shocking. I went there with a great anticipation that it was going to be this huge, awesome event. And it was fun. I mean, we have fun at all these things, you know, at Fremont Street. You know, when the lights go down on Fremont Street, it's craziness regardless if there's a motorcycle event there or not. So, you know, that's always fun. But, you know, we'll end up going again. I don't think we didn't make it this year. Laughlin, that's another one we like going to. Canceled. In fact, they shut Laughlin down pretty much. They closed all the casinos. Kurt had stopped there on the way back from Daytona, and he was able to get a camp spot, but he said all the casinos were shut down. And there's one casino, it's pretty cool looking. If you've ever been to Laughlin, you know the one I'm talking about. It looks like a giant paddle wheel riverboat. Well, they shuttered it. It's closed for good. So this thing has killed a lot of businesses. So I'm hoping and praying for a huge economic recovery. And like I've said in the past, if you know somebody that owns a small business, or, you know, a mom and pop restaurant, or any restaurant really, that's open and you can afford to go out and patronize these places, please do. You know, we go out and we buy stuff from vendors. We have our bikes worked on at these events. This is how these people make their money. So let's all do our part to try and, you know, help these small businesses stay afloat through these horrible economic times. And, you know, let's do our part for small business and, you know, patronize these places. I know, like me, you all have, you know, a favorite restaurant back home that you like to go to. You know, we have a little Italian place. You know, we went and got a pizza there, you know, even though they weren't letting people sit in the restaurant at the time. It was just takeout. And it's 90 East. I almost forgot to remind you, it's 90 East from Sturgis to get to Rapid City, Harley-Davidson. And then you want to take the Deadwood exit, and since we're going east, you're going to make a left at the exit. The off-ramp dumps you right on the street that you need to get to the dealer. So going this way, it's going to be a left and then your first right. And on the left is not the dealership. When we first pull in, it's just a big parking lot that they have reserved for some of the vendors. And then you go down the road, you run into the dealership, which also has vendors. But back to my little story is that, you know, if you can, you know, and you know a small business owner, or even if you don't, please patronize some of these places and let's keep our country going. And that's enough for my my little spiel right there. We'll just enjoy the rest of the ride to the dealership, and we'll see you when we get there. like I said, exit Deadwood Avenue. We're gonna make a left here at the light. Since you can't really see the dealership sign coming this way, one thing that sticks out as a monument or landmark is that big windmill. You can see that from the freeway. So you see the windmill, exit. Or just look for Deadwood Avenue. So not this light, but the one right after that is the dealer. Tatanka Road. And here is the Black Hills Vendor Park. So we're gonna get Kirk's interfering buttoned up real quick, and then we're gonna head to the dealer and probably decide then what we're gonna do. Yes, they finally opened up some beverages over here. They did not have that open yesterday. The boys at Scully working hard. These guys will be slammed this week. So they're here, and I don't know if I said they're here, and they're also across the street from the Knuckle for the rally. So if you get a chance to pop in and see them, check them out. They're great guys and they do great work.
This slides in so much better than my other one.
Yeah, it does. Kurt got his new luggage rack. This thing is awesome.
Better Sturgis.
Harley dealer. Only 6 left. What was the name of the?
What was his name?
Dang it. Oh, Suicide Customs.
Yes.
Suicide Customs at the Harley dealer. Those guys are awesome.
There's his card.
Bam. Check them out. We're on our way back.
Coop.
So we ended up spending more time at the dealer because there's just so much to do here that we're just heading back into Sturgis, checking out some of the bars. I heard a storm's moving in probably an hour or so, but the locals are saying that it's probably only going to be around Rapid City. So we'll see. So heading back to the freeway, taking 90 west. 90 west back to Sturgis. And then if you're coming 90 west, you want to exit Junction Boulevard, and that'll take you right down to the main part of town. See you back in Sturgis. Full Throttle, Jackal, next Thursday. That's always a good show. When we went for the 72nd, we went to Jackal Night. I mean, you couldn't get any more people in the Full Throttle. So if you have a chance to go see Jackal, go check them out at Full Throttle. It will be next Thursday night. I don't know the date off the top of my head. And like I said, we exit Junction to get to downtown Sturgis. Motorcycle Museum, I will have to check on that, and I will let you know if they are open or not. I think they are. I think the only thing that's been canceled has been the city sponsored events. They are not doing the opening ceremony, etc., etc. So I think we're going to head over to the Harley dealership, park there, walk across the street, and check out the Dirty Dog. See you at Dirty Dog. Welcome to Sturgis. Just pulled into Harley at Sturgis. Yeah. Sorry. Been running around. So we're gonna go check out a couple bars across the street. See you guys over there. Going to the Dungeon Bar. I almost lost my footing. Brian, this is the help. weather just rolled in big time. That dude is hauling ass. Oh, I felt it. Here comes the rain.